My name is Channon and I've been ambassador for about a year next month, actually. But yeah, I think an actual ambassador in a year next month.
What was it that made you want to become an ambassador for ACLT?
I would say, so I knew about ACLT before I was an ambassador, and I used to work for a company where we used to kind of support ACLT a little bit. My just personal kind of story, my grandma had cancer before. She had breast cancer. First time she had it, she survived for 4 years, and the second time she died within 10 months. But I'm grateful for obviously that we had those 4 years. Whereas I feel like with leukemia and other cancers, where there's something, it's kind of a cure as long as you have a match. I just kind of feel like, why wouldn't somebody want to donate to help someone save someone's life? Like, I'm grateful for my grandma's life, and that's because of how much research and stuff has gone into it. But with blood cancers and leukemias, there's an actual thing to kind of prevent somebody from dying, and to me it didn't make sense why people weren't donating if you can save someone's life and save a family from all of the pain that my family went through with my grandma.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what has been your favourite event to be an ambassador at, and why?
I would say my favourite event is probably one of my hardest events. I would say at SFX, which is a college, when we volunteered there. It was weird. So we was talking to, I think, 17-year-olds and maybe 18-year-olds. And I remember in the morning, I was really nervous to go to that event because when I was 17, I actually applied to go to that school. And I was just like, oh wow, like I'm actually gonna be going here. And then it was just little things like, what do I wear? Are they gonna think like I'm okay the way I'm dressed? Like, what trainers are they gonna cuss me out for my train? All of that kind of stuff. And then we went there was like different classes. So I think we had, say for instance, like students who study science, students maybe done like health and beauty and those kind of stuff there. And it was just seeing the engagement of them when Sabrina and Brev done their talk in the beginning. And then we split up and we had our own individual classes. So I had like my own class who I was talking to, and we had to create some kind of content, and just kind of seeing their engagement. Because not everybody cared, not everybody was interested, but the ones who did, I was really happy because I started donating blood when I was 17, and it was because somebody came into my assembly one of my maths teachers came into my assembly, and they just spoke about it, and it was just kind of like, oh wow, like now, because that was how many years ago for me, and maybe us going into that school and maybe even me being in that classroom might mean that somebody else now is going to start donating blood or stem cells or something like that. And yeah, just because I haven't been around that age group of people for very long, with that amount of volume of them in such a long time. So it was just really good where I'm actually seeing like, yeah, they're actually listening. Some of them might make a difference, and yeah, that was one of my favourite, I'd say.
And what would your message be to anyone who doesn't volunteer for the ACLT but is thinking about becoming a volunteer?
I'd say do it. Just yeah, like why not? My first event, I was nervous because I did it by myself. Like, I didn't know anyone who'd done it. None of my friends or family kind of came with me. It was just something that I said, yeah, I want to do. And then I remember I messaged Bev on Instagram, and I said, yeah, I kind of want to get involved. And then she told me to sign up, and I was just like, why not? I think I messaged Sabrina because I think she messaged me about the event, and I was a bit nervous. I think it came like really early and stuff, but it was fine. I thought, oh, I don't know too much. I don't know every single thing about even now, it's been almost a year. I don't feel like I know every single thing about donations, but when you're here, you learn. You kind of learning whilst you're doing it, and what you might know, the little you might know, still might be more than what the average person in the public knows. So yeah, just do it and see. Yeah.